I'm just reading the comments, you guys. It's so funny. Teresa, your memory is working today. Mine is too. Well, actually, almost not, because I was working on my retreat. I was like deep in my notebooks and my pen and paper and my catalogs. And I was like, I heard the news go off and I was like, oh no, I better hustle. So here I am. I'm just a little bit late. It looks like we have Carla, Teresa, and Carol on. Nice. All right, I've got a lot to go over today. We'll be making these cards in front of us right here. I don't have any more ladybugs like in my craft room. At least I haven't seen any lately. Although, you know what? There's one actually crawling on my wall. It was warm here yesterday, 54 degrees, and then we had this huge cold front come through this morning, and it's probably, let's see, my computer says it's 49 degrees. That is not right. It's like probably 18. I don't know. But anyway, crazy weather throughout the whole U.S., I think. But we made it through, and we're going to make some cards. So I'm going to be using the Flowering Rain Boots bundle, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we'll just give it another minute to see who is... Oh, Carla, 17. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Now, don't we want it just to be like spring and rain, rain, rain? It's okay if it rains, right? Because it will bring some flowers along the way too in your green grass. So you can see in front of me, I've got lots of green going on. So Just Jade, I got macaron, I've got garden green. So lots and lots of greens. But in any event, let me show you some cards I made this week. I really haven't posted too much on my Facebook page or what have you, because I have been so busy. Every single night I had something to do after work, so I didn't get home until like 6:30. So I had really limited time in my craft room. So I busted out 2 classes for anybody that wants to take them, except for it's got to be in the United States. I'm sorry, Netherlands, we can't do it, but I'll have PDFs available if you're interested. So I am working on my retreat. There's going to be basically 10 to maybe 18 day, that's probably too much, window to register because of the severe inventory worldwide. It's so, you guys have no idea how hard it is to plan a class and not hope that after you work so many hours on a class, you can't get the paper. Paper, I use designer series paper. So it's very, very hard to create. So I'm going to push this out tomorrow, hopefully. And if you're not on my constant contact email list, you should be. And if you're not, you can just go over to inspiredbygraham.com and fill out that pop-up window, and then you will be able to receive my emails. I cannot send or post the link to my retreat because that's against Stampin' Up! Policy. But if you're on my email list, it can go that way. So make sure you're on there. So this will be one class offering. This will be a make and take. And you can see that I'm using the Ladybug Bundle. Now, the Ladybug Bundle, it's very fitting for my craft room here. It's found on page 20. So it's very reasonably priced at $32.25. So you get a stamp set plus the lovely punch here. Okay, you can see this one right here, stamped the same way as I did in Poppy Parade and Basic Black. But these are the cards I made for this class. That bundle will be an add-on. I don't think I designed much on the inside, but I've used the Artistry Blooms sequence because that is in the annual catalog and probably won't go on back order, so that was safe. And we've got the glittered Organ D. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Pam G, if she's on. Because apparently I haven't been saying that right. And she told me, so thank you, Pam. And then Granny Apple Green here is a leaf, and then Poppy Parade, the medium Daisy Punch, works with the stamp set in there that is the Daisy. This is doubled up, so it's a little bit more fuller. So this is one card design. The next one here, and this is using the Pattern Party Designer Series paper. You'll get 12 sheets of it, one of each design. Here I made a crushed curry ladybug, and this one was fussy cut out. So you can see that they're very easy to cut out. I did use the Stamparatus on this one. This is Granny Apple Green in full strength, and then this is Granny Apple Green in second generation ink. So you can see how you can change up your colors. And then here's a sentiment in crushed curry again. You can bug me anytime. This one I still have to finish, as you can see, because, you know, unless you use a white marker, you're not going to be able to write on that one. This one's super cute. I used Flirty Flamingo for the wings here, and I added the bow on top of the wings there of the ladybug. I used the bow punch, which is fabulous punch, you guys. If you don't have it, you gotta get it. Okay, it's super fun to have this in your craft room. And here's another foliage leaf of Granny Apple Green. Here you can really see the sequins. Hopefully you can see those. And this one I just put a designer series paper on the strip. And then here's another one too. See, I didn't make any, only Poppy Parade as the normal kind of ladybug color. I wanted to really make it fun and use some really nice bright colors for my spring retreat. So here's one in Bermuda Bay. And I love to use the hearts pattern on this one here, and with a strip of the opposite side running along horizontally. And then I mounted everything on the scallop dies. So you'll get all the die cuts. If you're going to take the retreat to go option, you're going to need to have the Ladybug Bundle. So I do offer that as an add-on. And what I do is I offer it as an add-on. I get it shipped to me. You'll pay the $32.50. You will not pay the shipping to get it to me, or you will not pay your sales tax if you have sales tax. So that's how you can order that bundle a little bit cheaper. And then my other class I'm going to be on Sunday will be the On the Horizon bundle. So I made something special for you guys tonight. I did this today. So have you guys seen the On the Horizon bundle? Wow. Like, I had a really, actually, the cards I'm going to show you, I really had a hard time making them because a lot of you guys know I love to use lots of die cuts in my cards. And it's so hard for me to make a basic card because I still feel like I want to add and add and add on to it. Like, look at this one we're going to make tonight. There's so many details in this card. It's probably going to take a while. This might be a 2-hour like live, you guys. So again, really super hard to design it, but I came out with some, I think I like all the cards I made. I did case one to get me started. So when I start with a new stamp set, I always go to the internet to find a card that I really, really like, and then I go for it. Okay, I'll copy it because we can case cards, and then I add, you know, my own touch to it. So here are all the dies. What I did was I stamped everything except for the sentiments that came on here in the stamp set. So let's take a look at the stamp set, and hopefully there's not a glare on it. It's called On the Horizon. So for sentiments, you have thinking of you, thanks for everything, breathe, wishing you so much happiness. And I didn't stamp them on here, which I actually kind of forgot to. So I'll go back here. I've got some nice white space here to add the sentiments. You can see here I stamped the birds. Here are the birds here. Here's the trees that I stamped, which is this one up here. And then I don't know what these are. I think they're like beams, maybe a rock wall, kind of. I'm not sure. I stamped it in Evening Evergreen, on soft succulent. So that's kind of what I did. If you notice, I go garden green, soft succulent, garden green, soft succulent, right? So I try to jazz it up a little bit. And then here's some grass, and you can stamp it or you can die cut it. So that gives you lots of our options. And then over here is the fence, okay? The only thing, you can make depth perception with the fence. I guess I should have maybe done 2 of these so you could see them kind of going in, and then you can make them going out as well just by reversing the pattern. Now here's the mountain scene. So I tried to, we're working on white, so I wanted to put a layer under here that you'll be able to see. So I used Smoky Slate, then Evening Evergreen, and then Basic White, and then Misty Moonlight. And so you can see all the patterns I used to create this scene. Now you can double these up and just move them over. And this works really nicely with the Mountain Air stamp set and the dies that go with that. I love these little houses, but I honestly didn't know how to put them on my cards, and these little trees too. So let me show you the cards I came up with. Here we go. So this is my favorite. Actually, I like them all, but I don't know, some reason I'm looking at this and it looks like it's beautiful. And the paper does it all, right? So I've got the gingham embossing folder underneath here on white, and it's mounted on Basic White. Then I've got a panel of Blackberry Bliss, and then I've got the Designer Series paper cut out. This is a 6x6 pack, so you can kind of go with it and chop it up as you want. And I stamped Thinking of You with Blackberry Bliss, and then I added 3 different rhinestones, basic rhinestones on this card here. And then the next one is the Fields of Flowers, I kind of call it. I added Winka Stella along the little ridge lines here. I call them ridge lines because when I hike, you get up to the top of the mountain. That's called a ridge. And a lot of times if you're walking across the mountain, then you have a ridge line that you actually hike around. So I like this one, and I like the sentiment that goes with it. It says, relax and enjoy your day. And of course, I didn't make anything on the inside. Here's that bow punch that I just punched the flowers out in Blackberry Bliss, Pale Papaya, and Fresh Freesia. I wanted to get something over here. Now, that is crushed curry, but I went with Pale Papaya on that one. The next one here is very simple. It's called Breathe. I love sunsets. It makes me breathe. And then here's the foliage that I die cut in Evening Evergreen, and added the Winka Stella on it. And here's the rhinestone. So super easy, soft succulent, and then that is embossed with tasteful textures underneath in a white. So can you guys see I did all white card bases, because white just makes it, oops, I got a rhinestone that just came off. Hold on, I gotta fix that. White just makes it look crisp. I don't know why these came off. Well, I'll fix those later. I don't want to lose it, you know, because I don't want to, oh well, I think it lost its sequence, or the like glue dot. So when I see this, I think of my yard, and this is a sunset we see from our house. But I have this huge pine tree, and it gets in the way. But usually, a lot of times we have the sky looking like that, and it overlooks a nice little valley range. And then here's a beach theme. Now this one I cased from a demonstrator that lives up in northern New York. I think her name is Jamie. And the only thing I did different was that I added the sequins, and I used a different embossing folder here. And the way, I think, no, the sentiment is the same way. So here's those little picket fences in white, and I could stamp the greenery here in garden green, and then the birds here in Night of Navy because I don't have Misty Moonlight. So, and then here's a sentiment, thanks for everything, in Night of Navy. So that'll be my Sunday portion of my retreat. Now, if you want to get information, don't forget to be on my email list. All right, so that is now 20 minutes into my live. One last shout out to my card club. So this is going to close on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And here are those tulip cards. We've made every single one on a live except for this one here. So we'll just kind of go over it one more time. I might do this as just a regular video, but it's kind of a peekaboo card. Okay, so that's Card Club. You got to email me for the information on that. Let me get rid of this. And that designer series paper. Let's see what else I have. Okay, so Flowering Rain Boots Bundle. If you have your mini catalog with you, you can turn to page, here it is, 30. So I really like this one, and I use this bundle for my catalog launch. Everyone really liked the cards, so I'm very pleased with that. And we're going to make 2 really intense die cutting cards. I'll use my mini cut and emboss, and hopefully I won't kind of ruin the die cuts, but you can purchase the Flowering Rain Boots bundle, and that is $49.50. Now, don't ask me why Stampin' Up! Didn't just round that up to 50. So then you could get Celebration. Well, because they're marketing, right? They want you to buy something else. So if you need to buy something else in that bundle, then pick out the like basic pearls. Those would look really nice as well. I guess it all depends on your ink colors and kind of what you use. I use the polished dots because they're petal pink and clear on these cards. So if you're interested in that bundle, you can save 10% and order it for $49.50. All right, so here I'm gonna need the dies because I have them all on my magnet sheet. Thank you for Teresa sending me those. Now, Teresa, I want you to know, Stampin' Storage had a sale on Valentine's Day. I think it was free shipping. So you know how heavy those magnets are, right? Well, I'm not going to pay full shipping on magnets. So I ordered some magnets and some of those like file folder things. So I really like those. So I just haven't gotten them yet. So it's the 14th, ordered them Monday. Hopefully they'll be here like Monday or probably Tuesday because Monday's a holiday, right? For some of us. The other stamps that I used for the birthday card comes from Special Moments. This is a celebration stamp set. You can earn this one for free with a $100 product order. And it's a really nice sentiment stamp set that has so many different sayings on it. 21 different stamp sets, so well worth your $100 product order. And if you're ordering $100, well, you should join Stampin' Up! In the Inspired Daisies team, because don't forget, I've got some of my team members on here right now, and they can say that it's probably the best decision they have made by joining Stampin' Up! They're all hobby demonstrators, and we treat everybody fairly on the team. And don't forget, by February 28th, I'm going to be reaching out to my customers. So if you're a customer watching me, eventually you're going to get an email from me just I'm inviting you again to join. You can get 2 free stamp sets of your choice. Go for the most expensive or go for what you like, and make it what you want in the starter kit. All right, I found my Stampin' Pierce mat, so I went down in the basement and got that. The first card we're going to start with is going to be this one here. So let me put this away. I've got my seltzer there. Okay, so ink colors. For this card, we are working with Crumb Cake, Mint Macaron, and Garden Green. Okay, so we're going to do a bunch of stamping first, and then we'll be doing some die cutting, and then we'll assemble. So I'm going to need this cheat sheet right around me because this is a lot of stamping. All right, so my kit is right here. Okay, so let's look at what I've got in this little envelope. I use a basic white envelope. Lots of little pieces here. So here's that basic white envelope. We'll need that to stamp. This is a scrap of the, oh my gosh, I totally forgot what this paper is. hold on. It is hand penned paper. So this is a scrap. We're going to use that for the envelope flap. We got a scrap of white for stamping. I've already done my bow here in Pool Party sheer ribbon. And then I've got a scrap for my sentiment. Put that in the stamping pile. Here's a Hippo and Friends die. We're going to need this to stamp. And then I've got some scraps of the hand penned for the inside of the card. I've got this panel here, which is part of the Designer Series paper. We're going to layer it like that on top of a mint macaron panel. And then here's my basic white that I don't think I stamped on the inside. Nope, I just call it good, so I won't need that. And then here's your garden green, which is cut 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So all of the stamping, so definitely need this in my area here because I don't want to miss anything. So we're going to start with the garden green elements. So underneath here, you can barely see it, but there's some foliage and stems and leaves there. And we're going to use this stamp set here. And I'm going to use garden green for this one. On the other card, we'll use mint macaron. I think my ink pads are good. I think I did re-ink them once I got home, and I don't think I've stamped on with garden green at all. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do the pot first because it's very important to stamp that pot in the lower left corner. You don't really see it much, but you want to get it over as far as you can, and I don't want the foliage to go on top of it. So I'm going to stamp the pot in the lower corner there. Oh, I did. So that's wicked dark. I did re-ink these. That's really popping. That can totally change the look of your card when you re-ink your ink pads. So don't forget that. All right, so now I'm going to do the foliage. I'm going to re-ink this because I'm sure that ink has dried. All right, so now I'm just going to hit this right up in this space, and it's okay if I kind of go over the pot there because the watering can is going to cover it. Okay, don't you like how that stamps? Does anybody else have this stamp, the stamp set and bundle? It's called Rain Boots Bundle. If you don't and you like distinctive, then this is a really good choice for you. Okay, that die cut is all done. Let's stamp Happy Birthday, and I stamped that in garden green, so I'm pretty sure this will come out a little bit darker too. And we're gonna fussy cut this out so it doesn't matter if I get it straight or not. Oh yeah, that's much darker. All right, so that one's done. Now we've got our, let's stamp our envelope since I've got the Happy Birthday with me. I'm gonna stamp this right in the lower corner there. You guys, I'm stamping without my reading glasses on right now, and I'm thinking I better get those things on my eyes. Okay, so let me grab my scrap, and I'm putting my reading glasses on because it's going to get tricky. Okay, so we've got the watering can. This is super fun, you guys. Watch this. Okay, so I've got that inked up, and then the watering can, I'm going to stamp right on that basic white. Woo! Look at that. So this is much darker green than the sample here because I re-inked my ink pads, but that's okay. We're going to get two different looking cards. All right, so we're done with garden green on this one. Now I'm going to switch over to mint macaron. Okay, now I think I re-inked all these, so we're going to get to some different colors. All right, so now I've got these little flowers, daisies, and I'll stamp these over here. Okay, then I've got the tulips. And these I'm just going to stamp over here. See that? Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my mini cut and emboss, and I'm going to die cut all of these pieces here. So let me just grab it. It's on the corner of my desk. I'm right-handed, so I need that handle on the right side. Let's open her up. And I'm gonna grab plate number 3 and plate number 2. And then I've got plate number 2 ready to go. So what I do when I'm using the mini cut and emboss, I just cut these down. It's a little bit easier to do that. Now the dies. What did I do with the dies? Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take the watering can. I need that one. And you can see I've already got washi tape on here. I kept it on there from the class. So I'm just going to move this so I can see it. Then I'm going to stick it on there. And now I've got it ready. Then the next one here, let me just cut this down, are those daisies. And this is the die here for the daisies. Now I don't have washi tape on this one, but I'm going to put it on there. Whoa, yeah, let me grab it. Do you guys, this is a great thing to, when you don't have magnet sheets, hopefully Stampin' Up! Will have a magnet sheet shortly for this machine and the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. But in the meantime, we can use washi tape. I just use scraps. I put it on my little handle there, so it's nice and handy. And this is like washi tape from Stampin' Up! From many, many years ago. It's probably like 10 years old. All right, so now I'm just gonna add that number 2. I'm gonna crank it through, and hopefully I've got those dies lined up nicely. You can hear all that cracking. Don't worry about that. It is normal. Okay, so let's put those over there. And now we're going to just cut this down, and we're going to die cut the tulips. Okay, so let's line these up. You guys got popcorn and chocolate and like your beverage of choice tonight? This is going to be a long one, so hopefully you're in it for the long run. If not, you can always watch the replay. All right, so we're gonna crank this one through for the tulips. Hardly any cracking on that one. And let's fold this up, put it over to the side. Okay, so let's see what we did. It's okay, it's a little off. And then Karen's putting the magnet sheets right back on. I mean the dies on the magnet sheet so I don't lose them. And let's see the, okay, that's not too bad. The daisies. And then the watering can. Super fun, right? Okay. Get rid of these scraps, put them in my waste bucket. All right, now we're gonna assemble. Okay, so let's look at the card here. We've got it off to the side. And let me just put my scissors away. You guys, I'm doing a better job. I'm gonna be so much more organized tonight. I'm putting things away as I use them. Okay, so I'm gonna just take my bone folder. Again, this is Garden Green, and it's a top fold card, meaning that the score line is on the top and it opens up like this. You can also make a side card going like this if you want, but for this purpose, we're going to be using the Garden Green in this format, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, then the next thing you want to do is take your mint macaron, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then I've got a piece of the hand penned, which is 3 3/4 by 5, and we're just going to layer that right on top. I'm going to use the liquid glue tonight. All right, this would look, we could do it this way too, you guys. Do you guys want to make this one different? Let's just pretend. So this is how I would check to see if I wanted to do it this way or not. Just kind of put some of these elements on here. And I think it's too busy. I think it needs those stripes. So we're going to go with that. We're going to keep it the same. All right, so let's add our liquid glue all the way around and in the middle. And then just layer it. It's got an 1/8 of an inch border. And we're layering it on the mint macaron. Again, that's cut 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. If you don't like 1/8 of an inch, then just cut it 4 by 5 1/4. And then this one down another 1/4 inch. Okay. Okay. That's on there. This gets mounted right on the garden green. And the reason why I did that is because you're going to have other elements that are have Stampin' dimensionals on it. And that way you don't want it popped up too high. Now this piece is directional, so we can tell that by looking at these flowers here. So make sure you're putting it on the card correctly. And then it's got that nice garden green border all the way around, equal sides. Okay. Next is we're going to take the striped piece and we're going to add that right here in the middle. And that gets straight down onto the card front. And it's about 1 inch and 1 inch on both sides. Okay, then the next element is the Hippo and Friends. And that's going to get layered straight down. So once you get everything die stamped and die cut out, this assembly takes really not very much time at all. Okay, once you get it, and you can see it didn't take me very long to stamp and die cut either. Okay, big organization is what you need. Okay, so then now we're going to build up from this. It doesn't look like much yet, but we're going to make it look good. Oh, you know what? This should have been done in Pool Party. I just noticed, because that is lighter and that was Pool Party. But we're just going to go with it and we'll make it mint macaron because I don't want to have to do that over again. So we'll just wing it. Unless, let me just double check in my little bin here. These are all my like little extras. Sometimes I put some die cut images in here that where I might have something stamped already. So let me just quickly look. Do you guys do this too? Like, do you have a little like bin, a go-to bin? Like here's the Hugs and Kisses paper pumpkin in here. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, and here's a die cut. So those dies with the little houses, I cut this in DSP. Okay, isn't that fun? It gives the houses a little bit of a difference instead of your just plain cardstock color. Okay, so I don't have it. We're going to wing it and we're going to go with the mint macaron all the way around. Okay, get those out of the way. Okay, so these flowers here need to be popped up because you need to give them somewhat of dimension or else they're going to get lost. So let me find my Stampin' Dimensionals. And we're going to need minis. And these are my paper pumpkins still left over, you guys. And I have made lots of cards this week, so I've been using them. All right, so I'm going to use the edge pieces. I think whenever I do a live, I'm down to the edge pieces, so you guys rarely see me actually using the Stampin' Dimensionals. But at least you see me using the edge pieces, as we should use them. Okay, so this is going to go here, but it's not the first level. If you see here, the tulips are the first level. Okay, so I've got that prepped. Now to prep the tulips, what you're going to want to do, and since I've got pieces of Stampin' Dimensionals, it's a little bit easier. But if you don't and you just have the regular Stampin' Dimensionals, well, you can cut them in half, and that way they will fit. Now these are just the edge pieces, like I said, and they fit nicely. So you can always cut your edge pieces down. Okay, so those are good. I'm gonna put a little one on that tulip backing there because I think it will need it. So let me just take, this is wicked sticky, one of these little paper pumpkin dimensionals. Okay. Oops. Okay. So now we're gonna line this, look for this stem right here. Let me just zoom in because you probably can't see. Okay, that's probably a heck of a lot better, right? Let me just wait for my laptop. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so see that little stem here? It's gonna go into this area here that's die cut up in there. And what I do is I kind of focus on this one, and then I look at all the stems to make sure they're kind of lined up with the tulips. And then once they are, you can give it a good press. Then the next layer up are these daisies, and they're on, again, Stampin' Dimensionals. And I don't want to cover up that tulip too much, but I want this pot to show too. All right, then let's take that watering can. It's going to get put on here. However, we got to pop it up. Now, don't put any dimensionals here. We're going to put, let me see, did I or not? I actually did, but you don't need to. So let me grab my edge pieces. Once again, I'll use the bigger ones. Let's see, I think we'll need like 4. 2, 3, and one more. 4. Okay, now I said you didn't need one there, so let's take a look. Because this flower already is stamped, it's got a dimensional on it, so you want it at the same height, okay? So that doesn't need any. You could add some liquid glue, and I'll do that for you so I can show you. So we're just gonna peel these off easy. Now take your liquid glue, just add a little bit there. And now I'm just gonna kind of hover around here because I really want more of this foliage showing than what's on this one here. I don't care about this because our sentiment's gonna go over there. And you don't want that handle over the edge, okay? Because then it won't fit in your envelope. All right, get that backing of that Stampin' Dimensional. Okay, now our sentiment. Look at this, I still have other things here on my desk. All right, our sentiment is here. Let's quickly take my paper snips, and I'm going to just kind of really quickly cut around the happy birthday. I didn't want it straight. I wanted to give it some kind of like, I don't know. What's the right word? I don't know, some character. Yes, let's give it some character and make it a little different than a like rectangle. Okay. Now we're going to add this to here, and just like the watering can there, the spout, this birthday part is going to be stuck right onto that watering can. However, under the happy, you need a Stampin' Dimensional to get it up to the right height. And these dimensionals are not coming off very well. So let me go over to my little pack here. Look at, I got a brand new sheet. Okay, so let me grab one of these. And I gotta look at it again. Okay, so happy. So you just need one. All right, so then we'll peel that off and take our liquid glue and add it underneath the birthday. And then we're just gonna place it on here. Okay, so that is on the same height as the happy, going all the way across. Let's take that inside panel, which is basic white, and it's cut 4 by 5 1/4. And I've got a strip of that hand penned. Now this is kind of directional, but if you turn it over on this side, it doesn't really matter with the stripes. Okay, so we'll take some more glue. And then add it edge to edge and with a little white popping through at the bottom. Okay, then I'm gonna take my Stampin' Seal, because I don't like to use basic or the liquid glue to add to the inside of the card. Okay, so we're gonna add this panel to the inside, very sticky. Okay, now let's find those polished dots and the sheer ribbon there. So I'm gonna actually put this on first. I've got that bow with, I need a mini glue dot. So I'll just find one here. So I added that right to the glue dot, and then I'll pinch it in the middle where that knot is, and that pushes the glue dot back in underneath that knot. And then I'm just gonna add this right to the handle of the watering can right at the top. And then we need to trim this down. So let me take my nice, really nice scissors from Karen Rowe. I don't know if she's watching tonight or not. I don't think I saw her name come on, but Karen, if you are watching, thank you so much. And I'm hoping to get to those 2 boxes that you sent me this weekend, maybe on Monday. Because tomorrow I'm heading up to my parents. I haven't been up there in about 3 to 4 weeks. So I'm going to go up and spend the morning with them and then come back down and work on my card club eventually. All right, let me cap that liquid glue. And I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to use the pink ones, okay? And I'm going to put 5 on these just because, now you can see this card here, the one we made, is placed a little bit higher, so I don't have as much stripe pattern down here, but I have a lot more going on down here. So let's just make some fun patterns here, kind of like this. I'm just going to resemble what I just did. Let's go do it a little bit different. And then I'm going to put 2 more up here. Let's put one down in here. And let's go way up here. All right, so, oh, one last thing. Let's put our envelope, get our envelope flap really nice. Let me grab my silicone craft sheet. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your Stampin' Seal and just run this right around the edge. It's okay if you go over the edge because your silicone craft sheet will catch that adhesive. Looks like I need a little bit more over here. Now, like I said, this is directional, okay? So since I don't have a straight line, let me just grab my Stampin' trimmer and just make a straight line. It's gonna be easier. Okay, so your flowers are going upwards and you want, let's put our flap down. We want our flowers to go upwards, okay? So we'll open this up and I'm just gonna put my finger right on the edge there and then follow along that straight line all the way down the score line on that envelope. Give it a good press, of course. You want to press it from both sides. And then I'm going to take my huge scissors and I'm just going to trim. Oh my gosh, hold on. There. Sorry, you were right in, my scissors are right in your face. I apologize for that. Now I still have enough for another envelope flap, so I'm going to keep that. Okay. I'm going to be giving away these 2 cards that I make tonight. And all you really need to do is send me an email. And I'll give them away on my live, Facebook Live on Monday. Okay. So all you need to do is email me at inspiredbygraham@gmail.com and just say you want to be in the drawing for the cards, and I'll put you in the drawing. Okay, so you see that? Isn't that beautiful? So let's see. This card went with this one, and this one went with this one. So you can kind of see re-inking your ink pad is going to give you a much darker color than one that's kind of half, I guess, inked, or maybe 3/4 of an ink. I use it in class, so as you use it, it's going to get lighter. So when I got home, I did re-ink every one. So what you think? Do I still have anybody with me? It looks like I have 17 people and 5 thumbs up. I love thumbs up, you guys. I don't get them very often. Please comment. And you can share this video too if you want. I will upload it. I'll bring it over to my Facebook group. So let me go through the questions to see if there's any questions. There's a lot of comments here. That is so fun. Okay, so washing my dishes while listening. Oh, that's nice. All right. My husband, he loves to wash dishes. Like, if I ask him to wash dishes, he gets kind of mad at that, right? So does your better half like to wash dishes? We don't use a dishwasher. Maybe we use it 2 times a year when we have like a holiday, but we hand wash everything. All right. Yes. Oh, Carol, you got the magnetic board too? I did too, and I'm going to put that together because I have an in-person class on Wednesday on the 23rd. I'm going to try to sell that as a class, a home decor class. So Denise just popped on, and I know she's coming to my class, and she'll see the magnet board as well. So I'm really thinking I will do that as a class if inventory holds out. I haven't checked inventory on that. So Kathleen is watching. Camellia, she's new. Stampin' Storage also. Yes, Stampin' Storage. Definitely when there is free shipping, I always take advantage of it. Hey, Carol. All right. Okay. Aniki, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry, but you have the bundle. That's awesome. Just Debbie Franklin just got the bundle. You went to my class, so once you use it, you will love it. Like, I know some people were like, oh, Karen, I don't know for your class, do you really want to offer it? But everyone that went to my class, and I didn't have a lot of numbers, but all 8 people said they love it and they would buy it. So make sure you give something a try. So, okay, it doesn't look like I have any questions. So I'm going to move on to the next card. So we'll put these over here. And I've got to clean some of those stamps. So let me just, this is your commercial. So if you need to run to the ladies' room or get another beverage or something else to eat, you can do that. You got about a minute. And, oh, I don't know why I just cleaned that one because I didn't even use it. All right, I don't need the watering can, but I need the boots. And I need that one, that one. I need the tulips. I'm going to clean the happy birthday even though I won't need it. Pot. The daisies. Foliage. And I think I got everything. Okay. All right, let's look at this card here. Oh, I need another blushing bride, so I've got to go grab that. And I need pool party. So let me get those 2 colors. Okay, so our colors for this card include, let me go stack them up for you. Okay, so, oh, I need crumb cake. Okay. crumb cake. Okay, let me put them in fancy order. No peeking. I don't know if this is correct order or not, but that's how I'm going to put them in order for you. Okay, so colors of inks include, we've got, let me zoom in. We've got Pale Papaya, Blushing Bride, Pool Party, Mint Macaron, and Crumb Cake. And I think I've got everything there that I need. Hopefully. If not, I know where my ink pads are. Okay. So my card kit is over here. What do we have in this one? Okay, well, we have Just Jade. We got our basic white envelope. We need that. Scrap for the envelope flap. Okay, Just Jade, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have a basic white, which is 4 by 5 1/4. We'll need no stamping on this one, so we'll put it in that pile. We have a piece of the Hand Pen Designer Series paper. Really don't know what size this is. Let me just get my ruler out. It fits in that contours, scalp contours die. So it's about 4 5/8 by 3 1/4. So 4 5/8 by 3 1/4. And then I've got a scrap of hand penned. I've got cinnamon cider. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I have it. I thought I was missing the little tool. Here's a banner, stitch banner. I think this came from, I don't remember, but a lot of our die cuts have those things in it. Here's some vellum cardstock, which is already pre-cut, die cut with the scallop contours. And here's a really beautiful one, okay? This one's so pretty with all of the scallop edges there, and it's in basic white. And it takes a lot of your white, but it's so, so pretty. Okay, so stamping. Oh, I need to get some scrap. So, let me show you my scrap bin. This is what I do when I'm cutting up cardstock. I just have all this scrap stuff, and it's easy. You can see, like, I tried to make this box. Well, this box didn't work out. Like, it wouldn't shut. So I just threw it in here because, you know what? I can take this apart like this. And look, I've got all this area here to, like, stamp on. So, oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I forgot to zoom out. Oh my gosh, my scrap bin's in your face. Okay, so let me see if I got a smaller piece. Here we go. I got to get better about that. All right, so let's grab our Stampin' Purist mat and our white. And let's see what I need to stamp. All right, Foliage. This is going to be stamped in Mint Macaron. Okay. So we're just going to stamp over here. Mint Macaron. And then, see, isn't that pretty? Like, super distinctive. All right, that is done. Now, the sentiment, the banner, that is in Mint Macaron. I'm trying to do this all so I don't have to open and close all these ink pads. So thinking of you on that little banner. Not too bad. Okay, this is done. Then I'm gonna stamp the pot, and again in Crumb Cake, same color. Where is my pot? Okay, it's right here. So we're gonna stamp over here. That's all the brown we need, so we'll close this one up. Next, let's stamp in Pale Papaya, and that's the seed packet. Did you guys notice there's a seed packet right here? That's like super fun. We're gonna give this card some color, so I used pale papaya to do that. I'll stamp right there. And then we need the Tulips and Blushing Bride. I'll stamp these over here. And then the boots. The boots are super fun to stamp because it's distinctive. Ta-da! Look at that. Okay, I'll bring these really close so you can see them. We're going to die cut all these pieces. So here's the foliage. That was in McNall, Crumb Cake Pot, Pale Papaya Seed Packet, Blushing Bride Tulips, and Pool Party Boots. Okay, so get some room here. Again, I'm going to cut these out. I'll do them one at a time. Bring in my mini cutting and box. Sorry, that's loud. Here's number 3 and number 2. Now, the foliage, we're going to die cut the foliage because we can. There's a nice little foliage die in that set. Sometimes it might be easier for you guys, but since we don't have a magnet sheet, to just put them on your desk with your washi tape and line them up that way. Okay, so if you struggle with your dies and getting them on, try that technique, and I'll do that again. So let me just cut these two. The seed packet, now we all can probably cut straight lines, but there is a die for it. So I will use the die. Hopefully I didn't stamp that too far down. And I think I can do that one without washi tape. I'm going to sneak this one in there, and I'm going to die cut these two pieces. Okay, and we'll put these off to the side here. Then let's put these back on, number 3 and number 2. Here's our pot. Okay, that one's all set. Then we can just cut this down. When you cut it down too, you can always, you know, you're saving paper too. You can get a sentiment on that piece. And the boots. This one we ended up using painter's tape. And it's not very sticky, so. Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to just die cut these two, and then I'll do the tulips next. So if you are not a demonstrator, or maybe you are, and with the get 2 stamp sets, 2 free stamp sets when you join Stampin' Up, what stamp sets would you guys pick out? What would you pick out from the annual catalog or the mini catalog? What would be in your starter kit for the 2 free stamp sets? I would love to hear what you guys would pick out. So write something in the comments. 2 free stamp sets. What would you pick out? And what would you pick out in your starter kit? I know I would definitely pick out basic white, the regular strength thickness. Now, if I have a craft room and I don't need many supplies except for, you know, maybe I'm pretty set with my supplies, but I want some stamp pads, I'd probably order this Rain Boots bundle. And if I needed a die cutting machine, I would probably invest in the mini, because a lot of our stamp sets, I mean our dies now, will work in the mini. There are some that won't, like this big one here. But a lot of our dies now really cut smaller, and this one is priced a little bit, $60 is the price. But if your order is $450, well, you can get that for $30, you guys. And sometimes I do that. When I have an order of over $450, I usually will put one of these on my order and get it for $30, and that way I can give it away at my retreats. My first retreat I gave away, and my second retreat, I was able to use those half price items for some big ticket awards or prizes. All right, and then one more thing I have to die cut, don't leave me, is that little hand tool. All right, and I need cinnamon cider, and I really don't know where it went. So hold on, there it is, it's in my pile. This is really fun. This little tool is so much fun to die cut. Just a little scrap will do ya. And then we'll make our wedge sandwich here. 3, 2 cardstock die, and 2. Let's close this up, putting it away. Okay, again, I'm going to be misorganization today, and we're going to put these right back on my magnet sheet. That way I won't lose them. I'm still looking for one of my Tasteful Labels dies. It's in here, and it took me 10 months to find one of the other dies I was missing, but it's been almost 10 months. So I don't know where it is. Now here's that little hand tool. I don't know if you can see it or not. Super fun. Okay. And then when you're storing your dies on magnet sheets, it's better to store them on the flat side because they'll stick better, especially if you have to kind of put them over top of each other. Okay, so let's straighten up. Now the fun part, we're going to put this all together. Oh, yeah, no, wait. Sorry, I just had a thought. I thought I didn't die cut something, but I think I did. Okay, this is Just Jade. It's an A2 size card. So what is it? 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. All right, did nobody like put any comments in about what stamp sets you would have on your starter kit? Now let's go, people. Let's see. If you don't know, then get out your annual or mini catalog. I know you have them. All right, so here's that nice, see how that looks, so nice. All right, and then here's our hand-penned designer series paper. Now I'm gonna have to really look at that one to see which way I want it. You could put it this way if you wanted to, but I really like, even though it's busy, I like the floral coming through. Again, if you want to be in the entry for these 2 cards, you do have to email me. Just put your name in the hat, and I'll draw them on Monday. inspiredbygraham@gmail.com is my email address. US only, because postage is too expensive. I'm so sorry, I can't ship out of state or out of the country. All right, so now let's look at this. This for me, I think this is the, let me look. No, that's the right way. Okay, so this is just going to be layered on that Just Jade. Did you guys notice I didn't use any pool party sheer ribbon on this one? I just wanted it to look, I didn't think it needed any. So I'm just gonna zoom in there a little bit. so you can kind of see the next layer. So the next layer is your vellum cardstock, and it's going to go right on here. It doesn't matter where you put your adhesive because you're not going to see it. It's going to get covered up. So I'm just going to put it in the middle. I'm using Stampin' Seal. And then we're just going to layer this right in the center. Okay, then the next thing is the foliage here, and you're going to want to put it somewhere up in this area here. Okay. So let me add my liquid glue to the back side. And I'm going to run this, I'm going to put it at an angle. And I want this tall one just to be at the end of that scallop on the vellum. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's lined up right around the edge. Okay. The next piece is the pot. So the Crumb Cake Pot. Okay, it got die cut okay. It could have been better, but that's okay. All right, so now this is going to go in this area over here. Okay, then the next layer up, I'm going to work with the tulips. And this time I'll use my mini dimensionals. And these came from my paper pumpkin kit. If you're just coming on my live, I love that paper pumpkin kits. They give you so many extra supplies, and you can use them on all kinds of projects you do in the future. And you get those nice little edge pieces as well. All right, so we're gonna press that down. Maybe I'll put one more over there. It probably needs it. You don't want these tulips falling off. Okay, so let me just use my take your pick tool to get these backings off. Dig down in that foam, and then they come off all like here, stacked up. And if you drop them while they're right there, you can throw them out. So again, we're going to focus on this part of the die cut here because it's going to go right on this longer stem. Okay, so focus on that one, and then make your eyes go to the left all the way to the right, and those are on. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the pool party boots, and I'll use the regular ones. Regular size dimensionals. Now these come in black as well, but I'm going to use the white ones. 4 should be fine. Okay. Now this one's going to get slid underneath that first tulip. I want that buckle to show on this card, so I'm just going to angle it up that way. Let's add the sentiment, thinking of you. And again, we're going to repeat that same process. Okay, so you don't need any Stampin' Dimensionals under the thinking, but you do need it under the you. And one of the regular ones will fit perfect. And then we just will add our liquid glue to this side here. And then I'm just going to put it over here, straight across. All right, now the seed packet. One Stampin' Dimensional will do. Now this is kind of a right and a wrong way, so you want that like little label thing to be at the top. And we're just going to angle this right here so it fills in this gap here. Okay, so it's leaning up against the pot. And then we're going to take that nice little garden tool. I'm going to put liquid glue kind of like in the center of it. And then depending on which way I wanted to go, I think I'm going to go this way to kind of fill in the area here. So we'll just angle it this way. And it's just going to sit on this edge of the boot here. Okay, next thing is going to be adding the inside panel. Again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And this is just another scrap of your Designer Series paper, hand penned. And that one's cut 3 3¾ by probably like 1 1/4 or 1 1/2, something like that. And then I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. And then we'll just put this on the inside. And then the polished dots, let's use the clear ones on this one. So clear or petal pink, and just put them wherever. Since we used 5 on the other one, let's use 5 on this one. So 1, that's 2, 3, and let's grab 2 small ones, 4, and ooh, right there, right in that seed packet, 5. Okay, then the final step is I did not stamp Thinking of You on this one. So let me just grab real quick mint macaron, Thinking of You, and just stamp that right down there. My silicone craft sheet and the envelope flap itself. Now, if you don't have Stampin' Seal, then just use your liquid glue. I know a lot of crafters use liquid glue. I did take a survey on that a couple of lives ago, and the majority of people like their liquid glue, but some like the Stampin' Seal for the inside of layering down that white piece. All right, now look at your paper. It's directional, so I'm gonna put the top of it right against that scoring line. All right, trim this baby up. We're almost done. I'm expecting to see some stamp sets in the comment section, you guys. I want to know what you would put in your starter kit. I haven't looked at the comments yet, but I will be in about 10 seconds. So you got 10 seconds. All right, so here's the one we just made. And then here's the sample card. Again, you can kind of see the colors a little bit more brighter. Not too bad on this one here because I re-inked the stamp pads. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I did because actually they are about the same size or same color. Okay, so I'm going to take a peek and see. Nobody commented? Are you kidding me? Well, fine. Oh, wait. Debbie Franklin did. She said, she's on my team, so I know Debbie. I would choose the Detailed Dahlias dies. I know you would. Do you have that set yet, Debbie? Anybody else? What would be in your starter kit? I like the dahlias too. Great. Teresa, you can add that to your starter kit. I'll be reaching out to you, don't you worry. All right, so that's all I've got. I'll go through those cards again if you want to stick around if you're just coming on. So here's these that we made. Now you can win these if you want to just send me an email, and I will give away, let's see. I need a sample card. So if I have enough cards, I'll give away 4 cards to 4 lucky subscribers or watchers. And If not, then I'll be just 2. I just got to figure out what I have already made because I don't think I have time to make any more of these this weekend, and I want to be able to give them away on Monday. So just shoot me an email if you'd like to win one of these cards, US only. And then quickly, I'll go through all those other cards I made with you if you are just tuning in and you want to see what I've been busy making. So here is my card club that is expiring on Sunday. So by 8 o'clock, and you'll make 8 of these. $39 is my monthly card club fee. You can subscribe for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I have people that have subscribed for almost 3 years. Next month will be 3 years for 3 people. They have been with me for the inception of my card club. So those are the 4 designs. You'll make a total of 8 of these. You'll get a full bolt of ribbon. You'll get all the paper, the die cuts, embossed panels, the polished dots, and a half a pack of the tulip paper. Flowering Fields 6x12, all the designs. So that's Card Club. Here's my drawing. And then here's the beautiful On the Horizon cards. This one I did case from I think her name was Jeannie, up from Northern New York. Love this one, love it. Here's Breathe. I love hiking and I love sunsets and I love ridge line hiking. So that one reminds me of my hiking. And then this one reminds me of just walking out in a pasture with lots of wildflowers in the summer. I use the Foliage punch there, or the bow punch, excuse me, to create those little flowers in Blackberry Bliss, Pale Papaya, and Fresh Freesia. And then I used Wink Stella to bring out the detail of the snow-capped mountains here. And thinking of you. Now, the Smoky Mountains definitely get bluish tint to them because of, I can't remember why. And if you know, let us know. There is a reason for that. And then I used the basic rhinestone jewels on these cards too. And then here's the embossed gingham. So that is Sunday's class. And then Saturday's class is with I did something really fun with bright colors. The Ladybug Bundle, $32.50. Can't go wrong with that. With the artistry blooms and the ribbon there. And that's one. Here's this one, super fun, right? I use the Stamparatus to get that really dark black. This ladybug, actually, this one is punched out with the Ladybug Punch in basic black. And then here's the Flirty Flamingo. So the only stamping on here is the black dots. And if they don't come out entirely stamped, you can just use a Sharpie pen to color those in. It's super easy. Here's that bow punch again in a Granny Apple Green, Crushed Curry, and Flirty Flamingo are the flowers. And then here's this last one in Crushed Curry. He's super fun, right? And then this is Granny Apple Green, stamped in full strength. And then second generation is this layer here. So you get totally 2 different looks on that. And then you can bug me anytime. And that goes for you guys. You don't bug me. You guys just make it fun for me to come to you guys on Fridays here and also Mondays on my Facebook page. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, that email address is inspiredbygraham@gmail.com. Now, with YouTube Lives, I can't go back in and make any comments. So I don't know why. It doesn't let me. And as a reminder, I put that out every day. So if you have a question specific to any of this, let me know. And you can just simply email me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you learned something. If you learned something, let me know what you learned. And if you are not a subscriber of my channel, please hit that like button and the notification ring bell. And don't forget to share the video as well. I hope you guys have a fabulous week and reach out if you have any questions. Thanks so much for all those thumbs ups.